wedding, please welcome our friend, Steve King.
Thank you. Wow. Thanks very much, Texas. I am happy to be in Texas. I am happy to have the privilege to serve in the United States Congress with great Texans that you send up there that understand and believe in our Constitution and believe in the concept of liberty and fight for it every day. I will tell you that I did introduce legislation to repeal Obamacare, and I couldn't sleep that night. I thought I would go home and sleep the sleep of the exhausted and get up and retool and put a plan together. And yet, about 2.5 hours sleep was all I could get. I sat down at my laptop and typed up the request for the bill draft to repeal Obamacare. And it was there waiting at the door. Actually, I had my staff waiting at the door when they opened up in the morning and had that request in. And it came down this way. Actually, it came down within 3 minutes of Michelle Bachmann's bill draft to repeal Obamacare. And that 40-word bill, not 2,600 pages, but the 40-word bill said, in summary, repeal Obamacare, and it cited the sections, and the last few words are this: as if it had never been enacted, close quote. And that decision to stay and fight Obamacare rather than go home to my son's wedding, if anybody, and all of you that have served this country so well know, the decision wasn't hard. It was easy to know what was right. It's just hard. And I was a month later, I was in Afghanistan, and it was a late briefing at night with a new brass that was there, a 3-star general. I won't say his name because it's personal and private. But after we got past all the briefing, I hadn't talked about my family wedding, but I'd asked probably one too many personal questions in that setting. And he said to me, a 3-star general said, I was deployed when they served papers on me from my first wife. And he said, I started a new family and got remarried, and I have 2 kids, and I have a daughter that's 10 and a son that's 5. And I've been deployed for 3 of his first 5 Christmases. I think that puts it in perspective. I missed a wedding at home. He missed 3 Christmases, lost a wife and a family, and that speaks to a lot of our military that have been deployed over and over again. They paid the sacrifice. God bless them. God bless them. And, you know, another thing that I've noticed at a lot of these rallies around the country, and we had several of them around Washington, D.C. We called a couple rallies out there that asked people to come to Washington, D.C. I know that Ben helped organize some buses that went out. We've had tens of thousands of people that came to Washington. I asked once, I said, it's never happened before. Let's pack and jam this Capitol. Let's surround it with people. Let's pack it so nobody can get in and nobody can get out. Let's, for the first time, ring the United States Capitol with people that say, keep your hands off my health care. And we did that. We didn't just have a ring around the Capitol. We had a donut around the Capitol, 6 or 8 people thick, all the way around the Capitol, and we had thousands inside the curves in the corners. And you didn't see the picture because there's an air traffic control that doesn't let you fly over the top of there and take pictures. But it happened for the first time, surrounded the Capitol. And what did I see there, all around there? Gadsden flags. Any of them in the crowd tonight? Yellow Gadsden flags? One there, one up there, over there. Dozens of them in the crowd. I will tell you, I have one outside my office in Washington, D.C. And the architect of the Capitol came by and he said, you can't have that flag there. You can have an American flag, you can have your state flag, you can have your POW flag there, but you can't have a Gadsden flag there. So I borrowed a line from Texans, and I said, come and take it. like the Texas flag and Old Glory. That Gadsden flag flies proudly outside my office, and it's an invitation to all of you to get to Washington, D.C. Now, I want to say a few things about yesterday. Tax Day, April 15th, Tax Enough Already Day. A little story about my life, and that is that in 1980, I was audited one too many years in a row. And the IRS came in. I had to actually shut down the operation of my construction company or just open up my filing cabinet to them and let them do what they would. I'd been through it before. I sat there for 4 days. I believe I did everything according to the law. It still was going to cost me money. And the only choices I had would be to borrow the money to fight the IRS and go broke doing it, or go back out and try to earn enough money to pay the loan, to pay the taxes that I didn't believe I owed. Well, it's pretty hard for Steve King to step away from a fight on a principle. That time, I knew I was dead in the water without. So I went back to work. I climbed in the seat of that old bulldozer, and the smoke went out the exhaust stack, and I thought about the IRS, and it came out my ears too. I've had enough of them. The people themselves are good. They've got a job to do. But I want to fire the IRS. I want to rip it out of the tax code. I want them gone. They take away our liberty. They take away our freedom. You know, Ronald Reagan once said, he said, what you tax, you get less of. But if you look at our tax code, the Uncle Sam, not this glorious Uncle Sam around here, but the Uncle Sam that runs the tax code, has the first lien on all productivity in America. If you punch the time clock, Uncle Sam is standing there with his hand out. He's going to get his first. If you have earnings, savings, or investment, he's going to tax it. If you do something that's productive and grows our economy, Uncle Sam punishes your productivity. When Ronald Reagan said, what you tax, you get less of, because it's a punishment, we tax productivity, and the way out of this economy is to take all the tax off of productivity, put it over on consumption, let you earn all you want to earn, invest all you want to invest, save all you want to save, hoard it all if you like, sow it in your mattress if you like, or invest it in bonds or whatever and put it in the bank. And some entrepreneur will come borrow that money at a cheaper interest rate perhaps and invest it and earn and save all they can. And this economy grows. It makes such complete sense